This right here, this is the Taurus GX4. Quick size comparison, just so you can see how small or big it is. This is my P365X macro with the Mischief Machine Commander grip module, and this is the GX4. You can see it's quite a bit smaller, just about the same thickness, and shorter grip, shorter slide, shorter barrel. So let's go ahead, put this guy away, do a quick little 10-round dump, and see how it looks. So Taurus GX4 flush fit magazine holds 11 rounds. So overall, pretty compact gun. Just from that first 11 rounds that I just fired, it's a little snappy, but not too bad for a tiny little micro compact. Now this thing is comparable to probably somewhere in the lines of the Shield Plus or the P365, the non-XL, non-macro version. So very compact little firearm, borderline pocket gun, but not quite. It's not a Kel-Tec, you know, P3AT or anything like that. One thing I don't like about little micro compacts is what does my pinky do? Now you can use the extended magazines, you know, the magazines with the extensions, but I personally don't like using extensions on magazines. I mean, I'll use them if they come with them if I need to use it, but if I can choose to have a gun with a slightly longer grip, I'll do that. These things can definitely come in handy. I do have a few guns that my pinky just sort of hangs off on the end, and it is what it is. It's a compact gun. You can fit this thing, you can conceal it very easily. It's a great gun for some kind of a defensive use. It's a good gun for CCW in general. Let's do another 11 rounds. We'll do some of that one-handed comfort. Not too bad. It's comfortable, definitely comfortable. Like I said, a little snappy, but for a subcompact or a micro compact like this, it's actually not that bad. So I feel like I can get used to this recoil. It's actually not that bad. I did just go from reviewing a much larger gun with a bigger grip, so I feel like I'm a little spoiled by that right now. That being said, you got to remember the size and the use of these guns. Obviously, this is a 100% self-defense gun. This is not for competition unless you do some kind of a bug gun match or something like that. That stands for backup gun. But overall, I mean, it actually isn't that bad. Behind me, I got the Shooting Targets USA Triple Threat Steel Target. I'm gonna go ahead and play with that thing a little bit for another 10 rounds here. Use the link below with the discount code MrBigKid for 15% off. The link is in the description. It's not bad. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, mostly hits. That's pretty good. I like mostly hits. Shebang. This is the GX4. So when you purchase the GX4, you get two 11-round magazines. MSRP for the GX4 is $399. However, I just did a little search online to see what the current pricing is going for these guys, and I'm seeing them right now for $299. If you guys are looking to pick one up, I will put a link to my blog below to the best prices for these. Totally abiding by the YouTube requirements. I'm not directly linking you guys to any sites, but I do have some resources out there for you guys. So overall, the GX4 is not a gun that for me is like an exciting gun to own, but this is a tool. Now, some people buy guns for different reasons. In particular, some people want the tool, they want the utility, they want something that they can use to defend themselves, something that's easily concealable, something that is truly a micro compact gun. Now, one thing is there's different sizes out there, and especially within the last couple of years, you have micro XLs, you have micro compacts, subcompacts, and then everything in between, right? So I can honestly say that this GX4 is a micro compact gun. It's something small. Like I said, it's also comparable to the Shield Plus. So in my testing for this GX4, I fired enough to tell you that I haven't had any failures, and I would trust this gun with my life. Now, I don't have some crazy round count through it, but I don't see any signs of it failing. It seems to be rigid, it seems to be strong, it seems to do what it's supposed to do. For a price of $299, that's a pretty dang good price for a little micro compact gun that holds up. Accuracy works just fine. I was hitting my target at about 15 to 20 yards away. I was able to hit those paddles on my Shooting Targets USA target just fine. A couple misses here and there, but it's all right. I want to give a shout out and thanks to Black Diamond Guns and Gear. I also want to give a shout out, and actually my first experience with the GX4 was 2 years ago, and that was in Georgia. I was at the IV 8888 range day in October, and the hotel I was staying at was like kind of ghetto. When I pulled up to the hotel, I ended up renting a red Mustang from the car rental place, and it was like a free upgrade. So I'm like, sure, that'll be fun. It's just me. I'm not driving with anybody. Might as well have kind of a neat car. I pull up to the hotel, and there's people that have pulled their furniture out. They were smoking blunts on like the second floor of this motel I stayed at. I'm not going to name names. Just staring me down as I pulled into the driveway or into the parking lot. So there was a couple other gun tubers there, and one of them, his name is the Gun Snob, he was staying pretty close to me and a group of other guys, and he's like, do you want to borrow a gun? I'm like, yes I do. At that time I just flew into Atlanta, and I didn't bring my gun with me. I did not travel with my gun, so I was completely unarmed, and he let me borrow his GX4 that he had just gotten. So I was able to kind of fondle it, fondling, you know, Gun Snob's piece. And I was pretty impressed. I felt like it was a solid feeling gun, a little blocky. It's got kind of Hellcat sort of vibes, but you know what? It was better than nothing. I haven't shot it then, and so fast forward 2 years now, I can finally say I put some rounds through the GX4, and I'm actually relatively impressed. I think it's a good shooter. It feels pretty soft. You know, when I did my testing originally a couple days ago for this video, like just before doing the GX4 video, I did a video testing out the Mischief Machine Commander Grip Module on my XL Macro Hybrid, and I was very spoiled by that. I went from that gun to shooting the GX4. So a meat and potatoes, totally plain, nothing fancy, micro compact gun. So, and yes, it's 9mm. It's a little spicier than a 380. Again, not a big deal, but going from something that's engineered and meant for shootability to something that's meant to be a concealed carry firearm, like truly concealed. Mag capacity is not impressive. It's 11 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. I believe they do sell extended mags for these also. It felt spicy when I initially jumped into it. After firing a couple hundred rounds with the GX4, I warmed up to it just fine, and it feels really good to shoot. It really does not snap that much. There are other micro compacts out there that snap way harder than the GX4. So overall, it's actually a pretty comfortable gun, especially for a micro compact. So would I trust my life with this GX4? Yeah, I would. I think for the price point, $299 plus it's been reliable, plus it's been accurate, plus it's extremely concealable. So I think that GX4 is actually a pretty big winner. Seems to work great. So again, shout out to Black Diamond Guns and Gear for letting me borrow his GX4 for this testing. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and smash the like button as well. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.